Dude, oh, my mic is off. What it do, Jay? What it do, man? What it do, everybody? Our two people that are here right now at the moment. What it do?
How y'all doing? How has everybody's 2021 kicked off so far? Please
$2021.
comment, share. Do all the comment and share. Hit us up. We are more than welcome for all y'all input. So please let us know.
Oh yeah, man, and it has definitely been the a crazy first 2 months. I mean, damn, it feels like we already ready for 2022, man. Like, damn, I mean, what is this right here, man? Like, it's already starting off kind of crazy. We thought 2020 started off crazy, but look at this. We already got a Capitol riot. We got the they still debating over a COVID relief bill. Takashi 69 is in the midst of everything that's going on right now. Man, Lil Wayne and Kodak out of jail, man. Like, come
Man,
on,
Kodak
like,
got a tell. They say he
news,
clone.
man.
They say he a clone, man. They say Kodak a
He a
clone.
clone. Get out of here with that.
He
Get out
went
of
off.
here
He
with
went off on the public the other day about him being a clone.
Man, listen, that video, he when he came out with that video, him at that little gathering, man, that's just him saying, hey, like that person that I was when I went in jail is not that I'm not that same person. I've changed. And he
I truly
has. I mean, he's even said that.
feel like he changed. He needed to for just the betterment
You
of
said
all.
Joe feel like he changed?
I feel like he's changed.
Well, I mean, yeah, he definitely is, man. But listen, we understand that's crazy, man. But we hope everybody has been doing well with this new year in, man. With these distractions that's going on, it's still always a good time for family, friends, and just bonding with one another. So we hope in the midst of these bad times, or I guess I want to say down times, that you're expending, you're spending time with family and friends. You're enjoying that time that you are spending as well.
Most definitely, man. You got to take advantage of all that free time, man. And one thing I like to live by is, with these workplaces, is man, hey, they don't care about you. It's next man up. So if you need a day off, you need a mental break, any of that, take it.
Oh yeah, man. Hey, those mental breaks are definitely worth it, man. Those mental breaks are worth it. But look at this, man. It's Friday. We are live on a Friday, man. This is definitely something that's out of the ordinary for us. Usually we live on Sundays, but we
For
here on
sure.
a Friday afternoon, well, Friday night now. Usually the bottles are popping. Jay got his, I got mine. You know what I'm saying? Like it's officially Friday, man. It is the weekend.
Kicking off the weekend strong, everybody. I hope y'all had a nice little weekend. Enjoy your weekend. So let's
Oh yeah.
get into it today.
Oh yeah, most definitely, most definitely. Take care of that free time. What take advantage of that free time as well as those mental breaks. It's definitely needed, man. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it, man. Obviously, man, it's a lot been going on. So let's go ahead and start with the sports, man. As you know, let's start from the previous. From present right now. All Star Week is off right now, man.
Man, All Star Weekend kicking off, man. I see they finally got the boy D Book up in there. But hey, it was a big uproar, about D Book not hitting the All Star Weekend. I mean, not being an All Star. And honestly, man, I'm one of the people who just truly don't feel like he could have beat out anybody on that list. Like he just in one of them tough conferences. There's plenty of people. My
Right.
boy Levine finally got in.
Oh yeah, I seen that, man. I seen that, but I also seen some people stepping away from that, man. And I posted on Facebook not too long ago, man, that it seems like man, sports are becoming so like political now, man.
They
Like it's
are,
not even.
it's kind of that's the way the world is like. That's the way the world is just in general because literally everything that goes on in our life is like politics now. From
Yeah.
college football, high school, definitely high school football. Um, Everything from students going to school to Walmart being open. Everything is political nowadays. So I mean, it's kind of hard to avoid it.
But does sports really deserve that? I mean, like with
It's,
everything that's going on right now, I mean, like we have to have something. And I don't want to. fuck it, I'm gonna say it. We don't. I mean, we have to have something to kind of lean back on it because it's just so much going on. It's so much we see. Like everything's dealing with politics in some type of way, and we understand why it's gotten to that point. I mean, a lot of people haven't gotten the respect they deserve, and all those good things. But I mean, like, come on now, it's sports. Like, let's have something that we all can just come together on. But I mean, we can't come together, so
it's kind of hard because you think about it, and when you think about it, it's like the people who play those sports, the main people who play those sports and the big names, they got a voice too. So it's kind of hard to just tell them. It's kind of hard to tell them, "Hey man, should have play basketball." Like people be
right.
saying.
I mean, that's yeah, I understand.
And it's kind of hard to do that when everybody got a voice nowadays. Like
Well,
even
and see, that's the thing. Like,
2 year olds nowadays growing up knowing what's going on in the world. So I mean, it's kind of hard for somebody that's of their stature of somebody like LeBron James or somebody that's like Tom Brady. If they stand up and say something, like they words speak, like they word travel, because
right.
always that little 2 year old, 3 year old who looking in and be like, dang man, I want to be like Tom Brady. And they listen to everything he's saying. They take heed to everything he's saying. So
And see,
they got that.
I'm not saying that they shouldn't have a voice. I mean, that's important. I mean, because we've seen, and I mean, I'm saying this, but we all understand. And I mean, even if we could get some people on here that's been in the league, that could tell you like it's been politicized. But it's just we're seeing it now. Players are they feel okay to speak out now because at first it wasn't that type of environment.
And that's what we need. Although it's kind of tough to see because it's starting to override sports a little too much sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't say too much. Maybe too much is like too much of a word, but it do start to override sports to the point where basketball players don't want to play. And shit. Let's be honest. A lot of people have a lot riding on the sports world. Not just the players, like bettors, us normal people who. Yeah, us people. It's a lot of people who just have a better day when they see LeBron play or somebody. See their favorite player play.
Listen, I want to see the statistics for the I guess watching or views for sports for the year of 2020. I mean, because I'm pretty sure that it has dropped. Like, do you think people are still making as many bets as they were before? I mean, this is a question for. I mean, are you all making bets the way you? Huh?
I'm making the same amounts, but it
Really?
is different. It is kind of different in the betting world because, like, with this COVID stuff going on, like players have actually seemed to be playing different, like playing out of their mind, playing in way better like environments and playing in way clearer headspaces and stuff. I guess because they don't have to deal with the crowd. So now they
Is it because it's the circle? They've been putting them in a bubble because they want to make sure that they stay safe from COVID.
So that's what I'm saying. They ain't in the bubble right now though. So like it could just be the no fans. Like the fans just did something to them because players are playing like out of their mind. There's some players out here who really ball like some.
Wait, so they aren't. So you're telling me that they aren't in the bubble anymore? When did they stop doing the bubble?
They after the championship. They kind of like cut it.
Okay. I mean, I didn't know that. I mean, I didn't even. I thought it was still continuing to go on. But listen, man, if you're just joining in today, please be sure to hit that reaction button. We definitely need it here. Continue to like and share and comment. Like that's just hit the reaction button. Like it's not gonna hurt you. Hit that.
Y'all ain't doing nothing else, which is Friday night. No how. If you on Facebook, you ain't doing nothing else, which you like. You might well tune in. Get a few.
Look, most of you probably searching on Facebook anyways, not doing that. So come on, join in, share it with a friend, because that's why we here. We want to make sure we get these open conversations out. It's been a minute for us. We haven't been here in a while, man.
For sure. Tell a friend. We always on and popping.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah, most definitely. So man, continuing to move on, man. As you heard me bring up earlier about Tekashi 6ix9ine, the man got out of jail and has been literally in the hip hop headlines since the week he got out. Like this man continues to get involved in some stuff, man.
I ain't gonna even lie. When I be reading some of the stuff that he be saying and some of the stuff he be doing, and watching the videos and stuff, some of it is kind of egged on by others and by fans and just fans of fans. All that. Some of it be egged on because he's obviously one of them people who do it for the show. So the more you feed into it, the more he's gonna do. So he's obviously one of them people, and I feel like he'll get better as long as as long as we are continuing to giving him this attention right now. Like he gonna keep doing it. He's just one of them people.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I mean, it's gonna happen. It's definitely gonna happen, man. I mean, we want to know. So I mean, with that being said, I mean, like, what is it gonna take for him to sit down, and really realize that you hurt yourself right now, man? I mean, that's what I feel like going on. The man putting himself in bad situations.
He only hurt himself on the personally. I think this is my personal opinion. I think he only hurting himself on the American side, which ain't the side, like, pardon my language, but it's not the side. It's not the side who pays him the most. Honestly, most of his fans come from overseas.
Right. I mean, but although most of his fans come from overseas, I mean, like, still, like, he's living here and he's portraying this type of image that's ultimately that's gonna probably put his life in danger. I mean, man ran up on somebody in public.
People are allowing him to portray that image because they feeding into it. Like, the more they feed into it, it seems like the more deeper into the image you get. Right.
Well, let me ask you this: Have y'all heard any of the latest news that's going on with Tekashi 6ix9ine? Apparently. Yeah, apparently, I guess in China, they're offering a different form of the vaccine or test in some type of way that involves your anal.
Yeah, listen, it was kind of weird when I saw it.
Yeah, it is. It's weird. Well, what's his name? I can't even think of the man's name now. Tekashi 6ix9ine decided that he thought it would be that he should say, "Oh, this is something Nas X would like." But I mean, ultimately, he dug that ditch for himself, man. Because now Tekashi came out with DMs from him before he went to jail, I guess, excuse me, from last year, because he's been out for a while. So back in October and everything. So Tekashi responded by showing his DM and saying, "Nah, man, we ain't even communicated." So somebody's trolling here, man. Somebody's trolling here.
When he showed his DM, it didn't look like it though. Like, because you know how Instagram DMs work, and the way it looked, he had already had the man's name up on his search log. And when it got in, if y'all ain't never DM'd each other, why is it saying accept, decline, and whatever the third option was?
I mean, listen, it's definitely something you can look at and wonder. Like, the question is, and a lot of people are coming out about this this homosexuality that's going on in Hollywood and everything. So when to see something like that and Lil Nas X, reply to it like this, I think that is gonna spark a little conversation. Yeah, I just a lot of people are questioning it.
True. But what I also want to know, what was his reasoning for posting it? Like what's your reasoning for posting it? What made you post it? Like,
you talking about Tekashi 6ix9ine?
Yeah.
Cause he wants to portray this badass view, man. Like, damn, bro, let's not forget. You saying you don't call it snitching, but it's snitching. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You went and you told on some people to make sure that you can get out. You can't
I got a thing. I got a thing to say about that too, man. Hey, when you face with them years that he will face, I ain't gonna say go saying names and saying all that. But at the same time, bro, I ain't finna take all them years like that for somebody. Like, I see it be some. I don't know. It's just weird. It's just crazy because think about it. If you a part of something and they trying to get all the time on you, like, bro, I ain't no fool, man. Come on, that dog. You ain't finna send me to jail for 60 years and let these folks just be
right.
Free.
Right.
Like I ain't saying snitch, but I ain't I ain't saying snitch, but I ain't saying be quiet neither. Because at the same time, you got a life too. Do you want to spend the rest of your life behind bars when you know damn well you weren't the only one out there doing it? I understand like nobody made you go out there and do it, so
Right.
if they ain't make you go out there and do it, I mean you obviously did it on your own free will, so you can't really say nothing too much. I mean too bad.
Exactly. But see, he's still out there. He I'm not gonna say he's picking fights, you know what I'm saying, but the boy's definitely out here trying to prove some type of point.
He basically is out here picking fights. Man picked the fight with Meek Mill, man.
Meek Mill and everybody else, man. Like, come on, man. Like, sit down. Like, if honestly speaking, you know what I'm saying, and this is if I'm Tekashi 6ix9ine, I'm gonna sit my ass down because I know I just snitched on a couple of people and I need to lay low for a while because I know they're gonna probably send them people after me. So why, please, for the love of God, tell me why would I go out and pick fights with people? That just don't make sense. It don't make sense at all.
Hey man, he don't really care though. The only reason he picking fights is because he obviously still working with fans. It's kind of clear to see though.
Yeah, I definitely think it's some type of yeah.
Going to pick at all the folks who got who really being watched right now. Let's be honest.
Yep.
All the folks who being watched right now.
You right about that.
Everybody expecting Dirt to make some type of revenge, get some type of revenge on Quando Rondo. He picking it Dirt. He just won't drop the King Von shit. Then he
Listen,
picking
man, that whole situation there, like if you're not following that type of thing, man, it's definitely some stuff that's going on. That I think that goes all the way back to I forgot his initials, but the dude named Duck. Like it's that's in Chicago. Like that stuff is deep, man. That stuff is deep, and so to hear that that's all going on, and man, like people, and he is like in some type of way he's trying to get involved in that. Like, man, sit your ass down somewhere.
You ain't got to be in all the drama.
You not ready for that, man. You are not ready for that. So listen, man, to keep moving on, man, as you know, with COVID relief is coming out, which we'll talk about a little later on, man. But just in the recent days, 4 states have decided to roll back their COVID mandates. Well, excuse me, their coronavirus mandates, as well as as well as release the mandate for masks. I could not get that out.
Mississippi always got to join the bandwagon.
But I don't see why y'all surprised, man. Tate Reeves.
Surprised. It's just still like, dang, bro. Mississippi always got to be one of the crash member states.
But Tate Reeves he lifted the mask mandate last year in 2020. He had already did that. Like, I mean, so at this point here, I mean, he just opened up all the restaurants fully for everybody. That's the only thing he did.
Even in my workplace, our store limit went up, so went up by a major number too. So, I mean, I'm just curious to see how it all worked, man, because it's still people out here who don't wear their masks and whatnot. I understand they don't want to wear their masks because the masks. Half of them didn't believe in the mask shit. Half of them don't think COVID is real.
Answer this for me. And this is for our chat as well, for our 3 viewers that we do have. If you don't want to wear a mask, tell me why. Tell me why you don't. Tell me a logical reason why you don't want to wear a mask. I want to hear no shit about your health. I want to hear none of that, because I feel like my good brother said, man. Listen, you can. And this ain't just for my people that's on the other side, but shit, if you could put your hood on at night, you shouldn't have no problem with wearing your mask. Sure. And that's just how it is. Like, you putting your hood on, but you got a problem wearing your mask in public. They want to create this type of control that's not even there.
I don't understand it, man. I guess the feeling of being entitled, of just being able to do your own, I think just outweighs it. I don't understand it, man. I don't think I ever would understand it, simply because I just feel like they just they don't think of the next person, and at the same time, you're not thinking of the next person. It can very easily be the next person can be your person.
So Jay, do you think that the lifting of the mask mandate overall, and this is a question to not just you, but to the followers, like, do you think that lifting the mask mandate has helped us or harmed us, like in the long run? Because Biden's saying he's expecting COVID vaccines to be out by March 1st. That's
Uh,
what he said. Well, excuse me, May 1st. Excuse me. So, well, by May, sometime of May, I don't want to say the first, but sometime of May, he plans on having COVID test out. Do you think that this is hurting or harming us by that time?
I think I think it's hurting us right now simply because like it's not even that accessible to get the COVID vaccination at this point. Simply because like they still have guidelines on who can get the vaccination and who can't get the vaccination. So it's still like it's not good timing. Even though everybody is not gonna get the vaccine right now, it's still not good timing simply because I feel like they should at least open the window for more people to be able to get it before doing it, because I'm pretty sure it's a lot of people out here who really would get the vaccine. I think at this point, after seeing enough reviews and after talking to a few people, that I feel I will feel comfortable at this point. I'll still be nervous.
Right, right. I feel you. I feel you. And I think that it, exactly. I think people having the choice to do that. I mean, it's definitely. I mean, I do like that they haven't put as many restrictions on it as we thought that they would. But they're having more of a choice for you. But I also think that like it's it's too early. It is. It's still too early. That's what I feel. I feel like right now, um, we're just kind of getting over that stunt. Like, okay, people are getting vaccinated now. Okay, so although we're vaccinated, okay, things are opening up. But they're saying, like, today I was watching the news, man, and Lindsey Graham got on there talking about, well, the country is opening it back up. The country is opening back up because the Republican governors are deciding to open their states back up because they don't want to pass this bill. Like, it's all a chain, man. And right now, it really seems like we're heading for a gridlock situation with the government in a couple of months.
Man. Speaking of bills, man, it's a major bill that just passed, man. This in the state of Mississippi once again.
Oh yeah, I seen that, man. I seen that.
This only the second state to pass such a bill. We're gonna get into it a little bit later. But
Yeah, man.
back to what you were saying, man. It is a lot of people out here who rely heavily on the government. When I feel like at the same time, although we rely heavily on the government to make these decisions, I feel like we gotta hold them more accountable to the decisions. Like,
So Jay, do you think that eventually the vaccine will be somewhat forced on us? I mean, it may not come in the type of force that we expect.
you ain't gonna be able to go to work. Eventually, you would not be able to go to work unless you had the shot. Just like school, like you remember how we couldn't go to school unless you had your shots. That vaccine is gonna be one of them.
Yeah,
Eventually
definitely.
one of them. I just see it. Like, I've been saw it when all this unfolded. The vaccine is gonna eventually be one of them.
It's
So
it's
that's
going it's going to eventually go to that. That's right.
out the way.
I definitely agree with that, man. I definitely think that that's something that's probably going to happen
But
really soon.
I also heard stories and stuff that people who after getting the vaccine that they got COVID, and when they got COVID that it was like actually pretty bad.
Mm.
Yeah, I've actually heard of two people that I know that's had the vaccination and had the vaccine, and it's actually just made them feel even worse after it. So that's also something to think about. Like it is too soon. It is too soon.
Do you think people should have the choice or
Most,
the
most
right to deny or accept the vaccine?
Most definitely, you should always give people the choice. Like, who are we to straight up tell you gotta have this vaccine? Which they
I,
in the United States they do that all the time. They do it all the time. But at the same
right,
time, if it's for a good cause at the same time, or it's for a good thing at the same time, like why would you want to deny it? Like
right.
why would you deny
I,
it? Like what's a shot? What's a shot that we necessarily that we just need? Like that we need to go to school for? Like you couldn't
the
even not
Yeah,
having.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, like it's gonna eventually be like this. So why won't you? Why don't you want it? Or don't you want it? They obviously saying you need these shots for a reason.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you definitely right, man. And then in the midst of all this COVID, man, we just the South, along with Texas, Arkansas, Tennessee, Mississippi, I think South Carolina were all just kind of hit with this large as winter vortex that just came through, man. That to this day, man,
Everywhere.
to this day, it's still 2 million people without power.
Yeah,
Like
that's sad. That's sad. And also, I mean, I know we talking about the 2 million people without power. I just gotta say that I don't think Ted Cruz was all that wrong in his decision to go to.
what? No,
I gotta say that when I think about it, when you sit there and think about it, you think about it and you be like, if you had the opportunity, the money, and everything it took to get to Cancun and still be good when you get back, would you go?
But I think it was more so of the principle. Like he lied about it, talking about he was going to chaperone. Man, we know you ain't going to chaperone.
He shouldn't have lied, but at the same time, I don't feel like he was wrong. I just don't feel like he was wrong. Why? Like if I had the opportunity to go, I know it's gonna snow. I know it's gonna be a bad winter.
Hell nah, he wrong. He wrong, y'all. He wrong. That nigga is wrong. He wrong.
What can he do sitting in his office? What can he do?
Listen. This he can't do nothing. But just like what he went back and did. What did he go back and do when he went back to Texas? He went and handed out water and all that shit, right? He could have been doing that at the beginning.
Who was out there? Who was out there handing out water during that time? Who else was out there?
Shit, I know I wouldn't. Shit.
So why would I be the only one out there? And ain't nobody.
What I'm saying is though, in the time of all this that's going on, his constituents, the people of that voted for him, they're suffering, and he decides to take a trip to Cancun.
Hey man, at the same time, if you had the resources to go to Cancun when you found it out, would you go to?
Listen, this
today, bro. He's still human. Like I ain't saying that this 100% right, because at the end of the day, he is still their leader. Personally, I wouldn't do it. If I'm their leader, I wouldn't do it. But if I'm not, don't have that statue to, don't have none of that to my name, I'm going automatic. But considering he's the leader, that was a bad leader.
Most definitely, man. Listen, man, we are here for you. We're here to hear your thoughts. So either you joining us right now live or you joining us watching this later, please just go ahead and drop that comment in the chat. Tell us what you feel about this. We want to know what you think. We're going to comment to it. We'll reply back to it. Drop what you feel in the chat, man. But Jay, he wrong, man. He wrong. He is wrong.
Man, hey, I'm just thinking about it in logical terms, man. If I had the resource, like Mississippi, Hattiesburg didn't get no snow, but if I had the resource to just drop everything, just go to Cancun, whenever I heard about it, I would have been on the first thing smoking out of Mississippi, man. I'm telling you.
I mean, you're right. I mean, if you have those resources, that's true. I mean, I'm not. And
for the people who had those resources and still didn't go nowhere, you a fool.
But he is a politician. Yes, you got the resources. Okay, I understand that, but that's almost just like saying, "Oh, just because the 10% is doing okay, because he's probably upstairs. He's probably upstairs in that 10% somewhere." I'm not saying he high up there, but just because you got that, oh, okay, we're not gonna worry about the people that don't need the help. That's what you were elected for. You were elected to be there when they need you, and you decide to take a damn trip to Cancun.
What can I do sitting in my house with no?
I told you. He could have been out there delivering water.
What can I do sitting in my house with no water, no electricity, no heat?
The man could have been delivering water.
I gotta go somewhere where I'm comfortable so I can think straight.
And that's just one of the things. I mean, it's a ton of other things he could have been doing, but he decided to say that he was chaperoning.
All you had to do is just make phone calls. I can make phone calls in Cancun. I can make phone calls in Africa. As long as I'm making them phone calls and getting stuff done on the phone, man. Hey,
phone calls. That man wasn't making no damn phone calls.
Hey,
Listen,
what
he was just happy. Listen, he was just happy because he just had a successful Capitol riot on January the 6th. And so everything was going well for them.
what
Okay.
else can he do?
So
What
he
else
happy right now. They don't give a damn about his voters because he know he could probably be president by
can he do?
2024.
I ain't gonna even lie though. That is a bad look for somebody in leadership
A
position.
very bad look. A very bad look.
I'm just thinking about it just in the person who not in leadership position. Because if I'm not in leadership position, why? Like why would I say that? Just like I was just saying, the people who had the resources to go somewhere else and they still didn't go nowhere else. You foolish. You foolish. You knew it was coming. They warned you. So why didn't you go? Why didn't you leave? It's just like when they say a hurricane coming. You gonna stay or are you gonna go? You gonna try to
We
get
expected it to be that bad though. We didn't expect it to be that bad.
you was telling people it was gonna be bad though. They was telling people it was gonna be right there.
Jay, you from Memphis, Jay. You from Memphis now.
Man, hey, they was saying, man, look, for Memphis, the snow that Memphis got, I ain't never seen that snow in my childhood growing up in Memphis.
I ain't never seen
I ain't say I ain't never seen it, but I ain't never seen it last that long.
But Jay, what I'm saying is though, like you just said, you never seen that snow before. Okay, nobody was expecting that. That's what we saying. Just nobody was expecting that. So for that to just come out,
They did say this is gonna be one of the worst winters.
it's bullshit. They always bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Who you want to think it's bullshit every time? So they right. They right sometimes. They right sometimes. They get. I mean,
Listen,
hey, we can't control it. But I did see where some folks were saying they might not even been real snow. If you put some snow in the boil and it don't boil or it don't turn into water, it can't be real snow.
I mean, listen. I know there is some type of weather. I'm not confirming it, but you know they say it's some type of weather machine. But you know,
look it up on YouTube.
yeah, I know. I've looked at it myself. You know what I'm saying. And to the people that's interested in knowing, you can always go to YouTube. I mean, you know, you don't have to cipher through some videos to find it, because like they try to hide stuff from you, but you know you'll be able to find it. But listen, Jay, the moral of that story right there, hey man, leaders lead by example. I mean, that's just how it is, man. And Ted Cruz decided that he was gonna lead by example and fly his ass to Cancun. But guess what? The people weren't having it, so he had to fly his ass back.
True.
Kira says she thinks it's the weather machine. I don't blame you. Shit, I think it's the weather machine.
It really could have been a weather machine because I think the weather machine is a real thing, man. I think they use it more. I think they use it more than we think they do. Honestly,
They said when the winter vortex came through, they was like, man, it's just Biden and Kamala first time using it. You know, let them get used to it. They done fucked up already.
This show what it seemed like they just made a mistake, hit the wrong switch, and they couldn't go back because now look, it's hot as hell outside now. It is hot as hell outside right now. There's no way.
I mean, listen, man, Wednesday was like it was like 70 damn degrees. I'm like, shit, am I supposed to wear a jacket or am I just supposed to be okay?
I mean, I do think it could be climate change because I do remember scientists was saying that when the pandemic first started, you know, when the planes and stuff wasn't flying, you know, the machines and companies wasn't running the same, and you know, pollution just wasn't the same. That the ozone layer did build itself up to what like a 70. It was a high percentage. It did almost completely rebuild itself. So I mean, that really could be the things. That's why I also think that this is probably going to be one of the hottest springs and summers we've experienced since, you know, just because we finna experience a summer, spring and a summertime after a full summer with, after like a good little time with not everything running. So,
but don't we always expect we expect it to be like we expected this to be a cold summer, but I mean a cold winter. But to answer Dakota question, maybe it is climate change. I mean that's true. I mean I'm not you know denying that. What I was just looking at a video the other day, and then I get to my point. But I was looking at a video the other day that says that like the ice around Antarctica itself is like just melting, you know what I'm saying? And like Antarctica is one of the coldest places, on the earth right now. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
anyway, back to your point, I do believe that it may be climate change, but I also know that, and I've seen this, and I've also heard this man interview himself on MSNBC talk about his machine to try to cool the earth down.
Mhm.
That's I'm talking about Bill Gates here. The man has
We
even
don't need
came
no
out
more.
and
We don't need
said,
no more. We don't need no more of that experimental shit on Earth.
so listen, and for people, and I say this because you have to understand, like, think as American people, and I mean me, you, and everybody else that's watching this, like what we see and what we're advanced, like what we think is advanced, shit, the government's already like 10 years ahead of that. Like this, we're behind. Like, and Jay, shit, you can vouch for this. I mean, you probably, I don't know if you see this, but it's a lot of technology out there in the military realm
Oh,
that just haven't. I mean, shit, even the cell phone started from the military realm and
it,
transition to the public realm.
it's it's always something new that I really learning, man. Because military, hey, I'm sorry about the dog noise, man. Hey, I'm gonna let y'all
That's
meet the
natural,
men. I'm gonna let y'all meet the minutes at the end of the show. She's just, oh my god, she's terrible.
man.
But
Look, there she is in the background right there. I see in the background trying to climb up the thing. But
man,
go ahead, go ahead. I'm sorry, I cut you off.
terrible too, right there. That's terrible, the terrible one. Uh, but back to what I was saying. It is. Dang, man, everything is going on right now. I forgot. I lost my train of thought. My bad.
You good?
Oh,
Listen. I was gonna add before you add your train of thought though, man. Like, with all that being said, I mean, when you look at it, with Bill Gates coming out with stuff like this, I mean, if you don't believe that he's actually doing stuff, talking to all the government's not going to allow him to do this, let's look at Elon Musk, man. The man is becoming the new tech. The man is the new damn Albert Einstein of our time. Like, the man is building a ship to take us to the moon by 2024. I mean,
shit like that,
like
man.
me, you probably ain't gonna go in 2024, but that's neither here nor there. But I mean, anyways, like I'm saying, like these are people like the tech world, and that's what somewhat of what the government is fighting against right now. The tech world is somewhat taking over involuntarily over like the world in some type of way,
I mean,
man.
that was going to eventually happen when you think
Yeah,
about it. Because
yeah,
literally, everything we do nowadays is somehow becoming more and more like dealing with more tech savvy. Things
yep,
are always becoming better or a new version of this. It's every company trying to one up themselves or one up the competition.
yep.
So that was going to eventually happen. Um, I think I think another thing that eventually go down is that the tech world is going to eventually take over like government,
Mm.
not government like meaning like scientists are going to become president. I mean like government isn't like science is just going to be dealing with so much shit that it's going to be so hard to stop it or to try to reverse it. Like
I
it's
mean, that's already like that in some type of way.
yeah, like science is going to eventually like robots, for example. Walmart, it's Walmart's now that's becoming self checkout only. So them once again, them jobs being taken away. Is everything is gonna be such like on technology is gonna be so hard, so hard.
Yeah, man. I mean, just in last year, with 2020 being over, we lost well over uh 5 million jobs. Like in America alone, 5 million jobs alone, man. And what that means, it may not affect you in your home state right now, or even in your home position. But the reason it affects you is because it's hurting these companies, and that's the thing that this stimulus package is really kind of trying to touch on. But like it's hard right now. Like it's a back and forth thing, man. That's why I said earlier in the show, I think that it's gonna be a lot of gridlock with the government in the next couple of days, because although they're at 50-50, you have to understand that power for the vice president to step in and give her vote. So for Kamala to come in and break that tie, like they only can do that so many times within the year itself. You know what I'm saying? So like those are things that we just have to look at, and then like even I mean, since we're on the topic right now, I mean, even with the COVID relief plan right now, like this is something that was supposed to be voted on back in February. And look at it, like the Republicans are dragging it out just like they did with this impeachment trial, the second impeachment trial of Donald Trump. That I mean, they just dragged it out.
How that man didn't get impeached. I just do not understand how that man didn't get impeached, man. I don't see it. I don't see how he did it. Like
Listen, he is impeached. Like, yes, he is impeached. Now, and that's one thing I want to break down to some of our people, because I know the impeachment process is a little like kind of weird in some type of way.
I'm talking about like impeached to the point where like the impeachment where he can't run for president again. Like we
Oh,
can't.
so that way that
like,
then he should have been. Yeah, he should have been convicted. Then that's what he needed. He should have been convicted.
Like how was how I don't understand. I don't understand how he got off, especially after the stuff that happened at the Capitol. I don't understand how he got off of it.
Yeah, man. Listen, he was able to get off because people look at that. Look at that. Is that German?
No,
The German.
the Shepherd.
Yeah, man. That's it. That's it right there, man. But listen, like I was saying, like I mean, he knows, and he even announced it at the C-SPAN that just came out not too long ago. What the week before last, he announced at the C-SPAN conference that he was thinking about running in 2024. So I mean, like these people, honestly, man. And the media portrays it as the Republican Party is very divided right now and all that good stuff. And then the Republican Party is reporting on, nah, we good, we all right. But honestly, man, Trump is really turning that party upside down because right now, honestly, and I'm just being real with you, man, it's coming to a party where it's looking like it's about white men not losing the power that they thought they had. I mean, shit, I'm just gonna call it.
Because we are coming to a world where everything is so, I ain't gonna say so black and white, but everything is so neutral. Like everything, like
What you mean neutral?
not neutral. I mean like black people are getting more opportunities, women are getting more opportunities.
But does that create normality? Does that create that type?
But I feel like that's the new standard. That's what's supposed to happen. I feel like that's what's supposed to happen simply because like we are in a different time now. We are in an advanced time now. So we can't live like we can't continue to live like they did in the 60s. Like everybody know that. Everybody know that. Even the dumbest white person know that it's plenty of black people out here who are like a million times smarter than them. So
let me ask you this right here, then, Jay. Do you feel like we need to? Damn, I don't even know how to word this question. Because okay, let me ask you this way then. Okay, do you feel like because we want equality, that normality equals equality? Let me say that's kind of backwards. But does normality is that the same thing as acceptance, or I guess however you want to call it?
No, I would say that maybe it has something to do with like the normality is starting to change. Like other things are starting to become normal. I take that for example, transgenders or only reason I brought up transgender is simply because I mean we gonna talk about it a little later in the show, but that community is getting more shine, getting more show, or getting more rights. Black people, I ain't gonna say we're getting more rights because we've been had the rights. It's just we had to finally put our foot through the door, get our foot through the door to open it all the way up. So I feel like now that we see that we got a black woman vice president. So I see like now we are moving to a point where like man like this is normal now. Stuff is actually moving like this is the way of life now. Like even for the people, personally, I mean not that, but honestly, I think even for the people, even for the grown older men, older white men who still stuck in their ways, thinking that just women period can't run stuff. I think even that is changing because women every day now is starting to prove us that they can simply just do the job that the man can do, which
I mean,
nobody
I
ever
mean,
said they couldn't do it before now. But they are having these opportunities, just like the female ref in the rep in the Super Bowl.
right. Yeah, most definitely.
They're being open, so I just feel like everything that's going on now is just becoming the new normal. So the new normal now is like seeing women as the vice president. We never saw that before. That's the new normal now. We seeing women as football referees. We never saw that for a long time. Now it's the new normal now. I just feel like now as everything's just changing and becoming the new normal, it's just like boom, like it's either you're gonna move with the time or you're gonna get lost in the time. So I mean, hey, you're on mute. You're on mute.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I said, but it's not really. It's not really like moving on with the times when we're like in some type of capacity somewhere in the world. Like people are still teaching this hate. Like
Yeah,
where
but
the hell is this hate coming from?
you can't control what you teach your child. Like we
I
can't.
mean, that's right. We can't control that.
Yeah, and that's why it takes for the younger generation to get older and to see that. Boom.
Listen, man. If we listen. I don't want to sound old right now. I don't want to sound old. And if the middleman people were here right now, they would probably call me a double standard because of what I'm about to say. But listen, man, this next generation that's coming up, man, I'm not gonna say we lost, but we gonna have to grab them by the neck and shake them. Like, cause TikTok got these folks hooked.
It's iffy with the next generation because only thing I have to say about the next generation is just it's a loss of everything. It's like they are lost and more confused and everything. And one thing I like about the next generation is that the next generation is also more vocal and they are more aware to certain
I
things.
mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. I love that vocal part of them. That is wonderful. I mean, like to be like, we need those people that's gonna come out and that's gonna speak against the differences that that's faced against all Americans. I'm not just gonna say against black Americans, but all Americans, you know what I'm saying? Like we need those people that's gonna speak up. But my whole purpose, and I'm gonna go back to my original question, like should that create some type of normality in some type of way? I mean, I'm hoping I hope I answer that question right. I mean, but like, let's look at it. I mean, we don't want to create a normality where it becomes and I'm not saying we're not trying like the people that's Black Lives Matter. I'm gonna use that for instance. For instance, I mean, their sole purpose is not to get above the next race, and I mean that's what it is. So that's why I feel like I don't want to create that normality because the normality really of reality is that they think black people want to be above the rest of the people, the rest of society. But that's not the case. We want to be treated with the same. Like, damn. I mean, let's go back to the riot once again. God damn it! If that were black people, they shit. Listen, did you see what happened to the march the last time? The people can get nowhere close to the fucking close to the Capitol. I mean, but look at this now. We want a clear thought about injustices that's going on around us right now. These people were able to break windows, go in the Capitol, sit in chair. I mean, like they salvaged everything, man. And like the entire time we're supposed to sit here and like we're supposed to keep our fucking cool. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. And that's what I'm saying. I don't want it to become no morality. I want it. I want it to become I want it to become the way of life. Let me say that right there.
Yeah.
The reason I say that is because I don't want anybody to feel like they have to be forced to treat another person right. That's stupid as hell. You should be forced to treat somebody else right.
At the same time, man, I see it'd be it'd be hard. I can't understand how it'd be hard for some people from being raised like that. Like it's some people who are truly raised to hate another person for the skin of their color. So, or to treat people differently or to talk people differently because they are this color, because they not the same as you.
I
Man,
mean, the Asian population is even hurting right now, man. That's
it's crazy, man. It seems like they'll treat everybody with some type of decency, but black people. So, hey, this is an uphill battle. We got to continue fighting, man. That's the one thing. That's the one thing about the new normal that we really have to change. Like the
listen,
new normal is actually heading in a nice direction. It's just it got to change the fact that we still ain't on that level. Us black people, we still ain't on that level. Like
listen, man. It's a new movie out. I forgot the name of it on Netflix. Kiri, if you watching this, drop the movie in the chat that we just watched about the dude that took his daughter. He took his daughter and hid her in the basement. No, excuse me, not that one, Kira, not that one. I'm talking about the other one. I'm talking about the other one. The man kidnapped his neighbor, and he brought a TV in, man. It was like no black people, and I'm thinking in my head, like personally in my head, I'm like, damn, no black people. I'm like, damn, you're native, you're Mexican. They don't even like your ass, like, and you talking about some no black people. If anything, we should be together.
I'm not a Mexican hater. I'm not a Mexican hater. We on a rampage tonight, man.
I see.
I'm not a Mexican hater, man, but at all. So don't get me wrong. I'm not a racist in any of that. I know this is the first thing a racist would say. But
I'm not a racist. I see all. I don't see no colors.
But you got a point.
Let me get closer. I don't see no colors.
But we can't ignore the obvious, man. Mexicans try so hard to please white people when white people don't give a fuck about them. Like,
listen, man.
I ain't gonna say all, but like, bro, if you've ever been around Mexicans, the type of Mexicans that actually like white people or try to be around white people, which is a lot of them, they try so hard to be like them and to please them so hard. I just don't understand it.
Cleveland Abduction. That's what it is, people. If you have not seen that movie on Netflix, please. It is on Netflix, right?
Ain't that the one where the dude captured the girl for 11 years?
Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. I mean that, and then the other movie, man. Listen, just a side note, real quick, man. I just because I know we got to get into our other topic about this new law that Mississippi has passed. But man, listen, man. This is another reason why technology isn't like just. I mean, it's good. Like, I mean, like we're able to be here with you all. It's on Prime Videos. There you go. It's on Prime Videos. Well, we're able to be here and communicate with you all, man. But listen, a message to our people that's watching us, that got children that's growing up, man. Like this technology world isn't for everybody, man. And when I say everybody, I mean in our young children, man, our young population. Introducing them to this type of technology right here or to these phones and everything, man, that's too advanced for them, man. Like, that's just too much.
And I think, man, to piggyback off that, man, I think it's simply too much simply because kids not kids no more. And is making it so easy. Like now, technology nowadays is making it so easy for predators to be predators. If you know what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
Like they can go like I work in retail, man, and so I see the clothing that they make for young girls, and parents come in and buy these clothing for their young girls. One thing, I mean, you can't blame it on social media, or you can't blame it on.
Jay, you gonna make some people mad now. You gonna make some people mad, man, because people feel like they can wear what they want to wear. They shouldn't be.
You can wear what you want to wear, but you just make it so easy in the world we live in. The world we live in, where so many predators and so many, like, we all know men are disgusting. I'm a man, you a man. We all know plenty of great men in our lives, but let's be honest, men are disgusting. Men do terrible things.
Right.
So in a world where we live in, where so many men doing so many, like, it's happening so frequent. There's so many eyes on these little girls nowadays that is like, and they getting all this attention at young ages. It's making it so easy on the predators. Once again, you can't restrict them, but at the same time, like, why is a 12-year-old girl got a house, like got one of the tops that's like this with the spaghetti straps? Why, like, come on, You got this grown ass man. Although he's a grown ass man, he's not supposed to be doing it at the end at the same time. But you make it easy for him to do it. You making it easy for him to do it. Like,
Listen, man, do you remember that show when we were growing up? That said that they used to have the people that used to catch the grown ass people.
yeah, I
In
think
the
I remember.
kitchen, they'd be like, "Yeah, we finna take you to jail. We finna take you."
Yeah,
To jail.
like I know I remember this show, man. They used to be picking folks off a fucking phone or something. Had the little girl meeting, like, bro. But
I mean, we can laugh at it, but honestly, this is a serious problem. Like,
but you
honestly,
gotta
man,
raise. It's also about how you raise your child too.
I
Are you
mean,
entertaining these men? Are you entertaining these men? Are you out here asking these men for money? Are you giving them any reason to
Dakota said children get sexually assaulted in pajamas.
You
I mean,
right. You right.
I mean, it don't matter what the hell they got on. Dakota said they gonna have on pajamas, they can get assaulted.
I cannot disagree with it. But at the same time, like I'm personally, if my daughter is not of a certain age, I'm not finna just be allowing her to just be like wearing certain stuff. I don't like I've never been one of the people to tell like say no, you cannot wear this or no, you should not be wearing this. It's just like come on now at this age. I mean I don't like personally know no predators out here, but I just know it's some out here. Like we
All
all
right, Jay. So listen. Hold on. This is a topic here, man. This is a good topic here. So should man restrict women or advise women not to wear certain things?
no hell no. We no. I wouldn't say men as in like grown people. No,
Right.
If I don't feel like a grown man can tell a child what to wear. If I'm your dad. Though, if I'm your any family member, I feel like if a family member coming to you and just simply just talking to you about the evils that men bring on, the disgusting men out here in this world, I'm not coming to you telling you no, you cannot wear this, but I'm finna come to you and tell you like, look, baby, when you wear this shit right here, hey man, it's the disgusting ass predators out here. They watching, like watch yourself. That's why I also went back and said that it has a lot to do with how you talk to your child, how you raise your child. Are you telling your child this, that, and the other? Are you telling your child, hey, huh?
It's listen, man. Like we said before, it's definitely something that's growing. I mean, you see, we're laughing. I mean, but honestly, I mean, all jokes aside, it is a serious matter. And like I said, at the beginning of this conversation, like the allowing our young people, and especially our young women. And I mean, not to exclude the men, but a lot of our young women across America are being abducted. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody's able to find them, and like it's because honestly, it's because of this exposure. Like we're exposing people to social media too damn early.
You're right, but at the same time, I know we was just talking about little girls, but goddamn it, dudes too. If your child, if your male son is at a certain age, he don't need to be on no type of social media without a shirt off. Or with tank tops off. I mean, with a tank top on, or dressed a certain way at the same time. Like it's like because just the same way they out here for women, these nasty ass dudes are out here for the little boys too.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, and that goes back to some of our later shows when we were talking about, people running around here posting all this type of shit on Facebook. I mean, like it matters what you post on your social media. I know you trying to appeal to a certain crowd, but damn, you got more than just that crowd on your timeline. Come on now.
Even for these people, even for the people who show their body on social media. Bro, your child gonna see that one day. Hey, imagine being at the high school lunch table. We all know how ruthless high school lunch table can get. We all know how
hey, man, listen. True story, man. I never forget. Somebody got slapped with a damn lunch tray in the cafeteria. I will never forget that shit.
Hey, man. Hey,
Greenwood High class 2014. You watching this, man? Hey. Shout out to y'all, man.
We had some memories, man. But we all know how ruthless a high school lunch table can get.
Hey, it get ruthless, man. From hagging to whatever. Like you get
being that child sitting at the lunch table and somebody scream and say, "That's why I saw your mama on OnlyFans." Or that's why I saw your mama video there. Like, what you gonna say back? Like, only thing you gonna do is like depending on how sensitive of a person you are or how you take words. You finna go either cry in the car, cry in the bathroom, or or you gonna brush it off?
All right. So since you said that, do you think that we've become too sensitive over time? So from where we were in the '90s to where
And
we are right now, do you think
in,
as a society we're more sensitive?
in all honesty, I don't think we do. I
Oh,
think
that's
don't
bullshit, Jay. I'm sorry. I disagree.
we have, but at the same time, I think over time we've gone to realize how ruthless and how harsh some stuff was.
I
Like,
mean, but look at this, man. Look at comedy, man. Look at this right here. The like I like Dave Chappelle. If you like Dave Chappelle, go ahead and drop a like in the chat right now. You know what I'm saying? You like Dave Chappelle, go ahead and drop that like in the chat. You know what I'm saying? But listen, Dave Chappelle has some funny ass jokes from when I'm talking about from racism to gay jokes to whatever.
I agree with you. I agree with you with jokes. Now, some stuff we have gotten too sensitive on because at the same time, I feel like jokes are jokes, and jokes are how some people express themselves. I mean, a lot of people express themselves through jokes. So I do
Right.
think certain stuff we have gotten too sensitive on, but at the same time, it have taught us a lesson of how harsh stuff was at one point, or how harsh like back then, like you were just saying. What you say? He had jokes about everything. You can't make him saying jokes about gay people nowadays. You can't just say nigga on stage like you used to. You know.
I mean, how come we can't? Because they still doing it. They just call it dark humor now.
I
I
mean,
mean, that's what they call it, dark humor.
how much dark humor getting blown up nowadays too.
I mean, shit. I mean, people dropping dark humor on TikTok every damn day, and you know how consuming that could be.
True.
I mean, and I'm just saying, like, I understand. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, we have. I mean, over time, things. And I don't want to say that we've gotten really soft to that point. I mean, a lot of things have come out of the woodwork. But I mean, like, damn, like it's just certain stuff that you can't joke about now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even during harsh times, black people even. I mean, shit.
Yeah, I mean,
What's his name? Eddie Murphy came out in the stand up coming in the '70s and went into an all right audience and told everybody to say nigga.
but
How
true.
many
But
of y'all seen that?
at the same time, what? Yeah, I mean, it's a certain stuff that, like I say, it's a certain stuff. I feel like because you have to be more cautious to like people do have feelings. Like
I
like
mean, yeah.
and a lot of the times like people weren't cautious to other people's feelings.
Okay.
Uh,
I understand we talking about feelings here, but damn, I mean, so all of a sudden now, since it's 2021, you've developed these feelings that you don't want me to say
yeah,
this certain thing.
a lot of folk had them feelings, man. Because I mean, but and once again, when you start feeling personally, I don't have them issues. You know, I don't feel certain ways about no type of jokes because I mean, a joke is a joke. If it's funny, I'm gonna
Right.
laugh. But if you have a joke, if you have a joke, and if the joke really hit home, like I feel like maybe you should just like if the joke is directed towards you, you gotta nip it in the bud. But if the
Oh,
joke is,
oh,
huh? But if the
yeah,
joke,
you're right.
yeah, if the joke is a like a joke towards all or as a whole, you gotta single yourself out. Like if the joke ain't concerning me or the joke ain't about
Mhm.
me, ain't like this ain't like I understand like we all like to be cautious and like to care about other folks' feelings and look out for other people. But at the same time, man, we can't bash somebody or get on somebody for
No.
expressing the way. I mean, just expressing themselves the way that they do, which is sometimes jokes. So hey, it's
I mean, you definitely right about that. I mean, I'm not going to take that away from you. I
it's
mean,
a lot of comedians who said that's how they express themselves through jokes. Through
I
jokes,
mean,
like
so since we talking about feelings and emotions, I mean, let's just go ahead and linger over into this topic right here about this law Mississippi just passed, outlawing transgenders for participating
man,
in women vote. I mean, in women's
man,
sports.
how you feel about it, man? For us,
Listen, man, and this is across the board for me. Okay, and I'm just gonna ask you this as a viewer. I mean, if you're watching this If your daughter jumped in the ring with a boy in a boxing match, would you let your girl fight this boy? I don't care about no hormones. Don't tell me nothing about no hormones, okay? Because the hormones are only there for like it only helps with certain things, okay? But you telling me that you're gonna allow your girl, your little girl, to, I mean, because eventually, I mean, they're gonna always be a little girl. I mean, so you gonna let your little girl fight this man? That's what you telling me, okay? That what's the difference between
Hey,
going on the streets and fighting a man?
I feel. I just feel like the subject is all. I mean, of this whole. I feel like, man, I honestly don't know what I feel because like my girl be saying stuff to me, but then I be
Man,
thinking
that
what
shit
I
ain't
want
right,
to do.
man. I'm
But then
sorry.
I feel like it ain't right neither. In all honesty, bro, simply because if you are, I just I'm just stuck on the fact that if you are a biological man or biological boy or biological male, however you want to put it, that you gonna always have that in you. You like you gonna always have that in you. Like and what the reason I say that I know some people may take hormone pills or whatever the case may be, but we all know to play sports you have to work out in some way. You have to, you have to get in that gym some way. You have to, stay on top of your game some way. I feel like once you get in that gym and if you taking it and once you get in that gym, it kind of cancels out some because you in that gym, you building yourself like you basically still have you still have that in you. Like
I
it's not,
mean,
it's
that's just
not
looking at.
like it's
I
not.
mean, you just talking about the physical attributes. I mean, that's what you
Yeah,
talking.
that's just the physical attribute side. Like
I mean, but isn't that what goes into sports? Isn't that what is a part
true,
of
true,
sports?
true. But at the same, like I'm with you on it though. I'm with you on it. But at the same time, it just it's tit for tat too though, bro. Because personally, like when I'm watching like WNBA or something, what if you think about it? What if one of the NBA players decided like, hey man, this is how I always felt. I'm
Right,
sure decided might not be the right word, but this is how they just came to one with self and said, man, this is how I always felt. This is how I always been. This is how it was always been inside me. So and they decided to go through their process, do the process and take the hormone pills or whatever they got to do to take it, and they switch over to the female side, the NBA. They got like it's no way is they have the experience with playing with men, which is a
uh-huh.
tough league. They still have the height. You still been working out, so you probably ain't slowed down none. You still probably got your speed. You still probably got your quickness. Like
Right,
I wouldn't say your quickness and your speed would be affected by it, but you might still have your strength. I don't know. I don't know what you had the same strength or not. You might lose some strength, but at the same time, you're still stronger than the average woman. You're still
right.
strong. Your athlete strong. Your athletically strong strength is still stronger than a biological born woman's
And,
uh,
and see, and
strength.
see, that's why I stand. I mean, we can look at all the other things that I mean, like, okay, and don't get me wrong, by no means for anybody that's gonna watch this now, that's gonna watch this later, you know what I'm saying? What by no means are we trying to say that you shouldn't that you shouldn't have your own view or you shouldn't have your own opinion. But I mean, in our opinion, in our own separate opinion. I mean, Jay is on the fence here. I'm telling you right now, this shit ain't right. I feel like it's not right. I mean, and I'm gonna continue to use the example that I set before you. I mean, if it's a man and a woman jumping in a ring, I mean, I
which
understand what you identify as.
has happened is two MMA is two MMA fights where this transgender woman has broken the skull of a biologically
And
born
we just
person. So
we
it's,
talk
it's
about physical structure now.
what you saying.
Yeah,
It's
I mean, we talking about physical structure here. I mean, like
it's,
women and men are built totally different.
yeah, you still have it in. It's like people fail to realize that just because you're taking these pills, like you might lose some, but you're not gonna lose all. Like it's not completely getting out of your system. Like you're not just gonna like it's no way you just gonna completely get that out your system. You're not gonna like it's no way. There's no way.
I mean, and looking at Dakola's comment, she was like, shark attacks happen more than
He's right.
in these situations. I mean,
Don't
I
feel like
understand
the
it.
bill was necessary. I don't feel like the bill was necessary simply because, especially in the state of Mississippi, we ain't had the fuck have we heard of that shit happening. We
I
but
mean,
we
no,
barely
no,
had
I think Mississippi did a good thing.
You said what?
I think Mississippi did a good thing.
But
I
if
think
you
for
think
once,
about it,
for once in their lifetime, they were ahead of something. I mean, this is not something that's going.
I don't, I don't think it's all. I don't think it's all. I don't think it's all a good thing. I think it's some bad in this too because at the same time, transgender people, whether it's a transgender man or a transgender woman, they still have a right to do stuff too. I just feel like it should be stipulations. I personally wouldn't say they should not be able to do it. Like I think it should be like sport by sport cases, situation by situation cases. It shouldn't
I
be
mean,
nobody should ever be banned from doing nothing.
I'm not now. Listen, I mean, and I'm gonna stick to this. I do. I agree that they should not be competing against women. I mean, and I'm using this as an example because
Some sport, it honestly is. Some sports are women. It's honestly some sports most men can't keep up with women in.
yeah,
I
and I mean, and I was just about to add that I mean, in instances, women can outdo men in some sports. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's
I
why
mean,
I say that. That's why I say that because I just don't feel like nobody should be banned for doing nothing. Because at the
I
end of the
think
day,
I
you
just
have
when we're
the right
looking
to
at
do
it,
it. This is America. Like this is
yeah,
America.
I mean, this is America.
Do
This is America.
what you want.
I mean, this is America, but it technically is that a fair opportunity? Is that a
Well,
fair opportunity?
it's not a fair opportunity, but that's why I also say it should be case by case and situation by situation. Because at the end of the day, like okay, so the basketball situation. Now, that's obviously because naturally, men are naturally just thinking taller than women, or we just naturally just have the weight on us. We just naturally have that. Like
Right,
there's just some naturally just men just have like the weight, the attributes. There's just something we just have. So we
right.
can't make nobody shorter. If you like you switch over play basketball, you 6'7", you dunking on everybody. You can't. That's illegal. That's a cheat code.
But I mean, look at what you just said. That's my grounds that I stand on right there.
Okay, so how would you feel about this? It's a women's football league. How would you feel about a man's transgender to a women's football league? It's some women in that football
I
league who.
I would, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. That's true. That's true. But
So
once again, we're talking about physical attributes here, man. Like
I know, but
as as
okay,
a man.
yeah. I'm with you. Like I mean, I think about it all the time, man. Because I'm with you. Because it's like man, now it's like I don't know, man. I don't know, like because
I mean, it's a touchy situation. It is definitely a
it
touchy situation when you
is.
look at it. I mean, and like you and both Dakota said, man, it should be handled on a base by base, case by case scenario. I mean, I agree with that in some extent. And the reason I say some extent is because some shit just don't deserve a damn case by case scenario. We should just be able to look at this and be like, listen,
Some
this
stuff
shit
you
ain't
just know, like, bro, nah, this not going on. Like MMA,
like you just said for your example. If you got a damn 7 foot, well, I'm not going 8 foot tall man, and he trying to join a transgender woman trying to join the WNBA. Come on now, come
yeah,
on now.
it should be case by case because I feel like if a transgender woman is trying to join like the women's tennis, she probably get her ass smacked in women's tennis. Like women's tennis is fucking cutthroat. Like she
Hey,
probably
yeah,
get
women's tennis is rough.
in all honesty, she probably gonna get her ass smacked. Like what other sport? It ain't too many sports that and let's be honest. I am not a woman hater whatsoever, but it's not
None whatsoever. None of us.
it's not too many sports that a woman would just outright dominate a man. That's just logic. It's just simple. It's just simple.
I mean, listen, and at the end of the day, I mean, you can take it how you want to take it. I just think that we all have a divine purpose on this earth. You know what I'm saying? Whether you believe in God or not, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like we all have some type of as a gender, as a race, as individuals, we all we all have some type of characteristic that sets us apart from someone else. So I'm not by no means am I saying that it should be just canceled out or whatever. But like they said, it should be by case scenario, as well as what I'm saying, as well as it should just be common sense. I mean, and I'm just gonna
Yeah,
continue.
some stuff is just common sense. And to piggyback on what Dakota going on about, so a child who is transgender doesn't deserve to a chance to play sports. If there are no,
Dakota, I can't even respond to that because you said child at the beginning. What the child?
man,
Child?
it's just nowadays. That's what I was saying. Like we are moving to a form of new normal. I mean, to a new normal because I just I said it earlier in the show.
Yeah.
Children nowadays are more vocal. They are more like they are just more open and more in tune with themselves and more in tune with the world, so they know what's going on. So I guess at younger,
Wait. So we're calling that being in tuned?
no, I'm saying I would say so because at younger ages they are more in tune with themselves, so they more understand like what they like at a younger age. They understand like more what they want to be at a younger age.
I mean, but study has not proved that people or humans, individuals, their thought process or their mental stability has increased, or I want to say that the age has decreased over time. I haven't seen a study for that. So tell me why. And I'm not saying don't listen to your child by no means. I mean, like, hear them out if they feel this type of way. I mean, hear them out. I mean, it's literally our name. Hear them out. You know what I'm saying? But like, I mean, but at the end of the day, like, I mean, maybe you should kind of. I'm not saying be forceful toward that person if you toward their child if you don't know how to have that conversation. I mean, I think that you should definitely talk to your child in some type of way of thinking, telling them like the logical aspect of some of this. Like, yeah, you may be feeling this way, but before I just decide to go ahead and cross dress you or decide to let you go ahead and cross dress yourself, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Well, let's really look at if there's something you really want to do, because you may be feeling this way right now. And I mean, like, you may not feel this way later on. And one thing I don't want you to become is the same dude that was the delivered dude. I'm delivered. I don't want you. I don't want you to have that type of past.
I do think some folks do grow up confused. Like it just, I do think some
And
folks.
that's a case by case scenario as well. Like I mean that I mean, not everybody is undecided, but what I'm saying is give them that opportunity. Like, give them that time to really think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, let's look at it. We criticize Dwayne Wade a lot about him and his
And I'm
I
sure
guess
they had plenty of talks beforehand.
yeah, they've had plenty of talk. I'm not by no means. I disagree with it. Now, I do not agree with the situation. But at the end of the day, that's his child. That's how he raised his child. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving you my opinion because we don't hear me out. That's what we
I'm
here
100% with you on that one. Like, I mean, at the end, like, I mean, it's a child at the end of the day, especially for you to be coming out so young, and then like the whole world, like you see what I'm saying? So I feel like it's a decision. Like you really have to sit down and just talk. Like, are you sure? You sure you're ready for
Dakota,
all this? Like, are you sure? Then hey,
Dakota, I'm gonna have to go and read this, Dakota. I haven't seen this yet, man. And I'm not saying that it doesn't exist. I would just like to see it for myself, because I mean, even when making these statements out here, you know what I'm saying, I want to be able to be educated about what I'm talking about. So I mean, I definitely have to go look that up. But I mean, if it is, so they're measuring brain waves now, from my understanding of
pretty
what
much
you're saying.
they've been measuring all our lives, man.
But still, my previous question, so that allows for them to participate in these type of events. Back to my original question in our last topic, does that create some type of normality? Like, what,
Yeah,
what are we looking
that's what I'm saying. Like, we're moving towards the new normal, man. Like, everything is being available for everybody. Like, it's not like then they just passed something the other day where like it's against the law now for work. I mean, places of work and what else? It was more than just workplaces. Yeah, it's against the law. It's against the law now for them to for them to fire somebody or judge somebody based off their sex, gender, or whatever the case may be. So I mean, like that's literally like the new normal now. We are moving towards that now. Now they are getting them. They are being able to have more opportunities now. I
But you,
guess.
but you see why?
I didn't even know it was that like deep. Like I didn't know that it was like it wasn't a law against it. So I mean, that is some positive because I mean everybody should be able to live their life free and for do whatever they want. But at the same time, like sports is one of them things you got to be like come on now, like what sport you trying to play first? Like
I mean, it's what's the man name that decided to that was in the Kardashian family? I can't think of his name. What the transgender woman?
talking about Caitlyn Jenner. I think
Is that the one that just that did the transition? I'm talking about the father.
yeah, I think that's a name.
All right.
Caitlyn.
So what? My point that I'm making is here. This right here. Okay. And I mean, like, he got the money. I mean, well, she has the money, and I'm pretty sure other people have the money. Go ahead and start your own damn league. Go ahead and start your own league for that. You know what I'm saying? That's something that could possibly.
That I mean, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard. Like at the same time, it's kind of hard for them to start a league just for this. Because at the same time, you kind of segregating them. You kind of like putting them at the back of the bus. And this, like we're saying, like we want equal rights for black people, but all black people ain't straight.
But all
black people ain't gay. All black people ain't transgender.
Yeah, I mean that's true
for all our black people. Like, and not just saying just black people, but we want it for all our black people. So who say like me and you, we might be able to go out and do this, but this gay black person or this transgender black person, I don't know what gender or what race or neither one of them, they can't go do it, and they the same color as us. We look the same, but we just different on the inside.
But let me ask you this: who made the decision? Who made the decision to go through with this transition? Let me ask you that.
What you mean? Which transition?
Whatever the transition is, man, woman, who decided to make?
You talking about the new normal with the transgender situation?
Yeah, because hold on, let me say this.
It's Democrats. Democrats has been moving in this direction for years.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I know they have, but and there's a difference between identifying as a gay citizen and versus being a transgender. You know what I'm saying? By no means do I don't have anything against.
Just because you're transgender don't mean you like the same sex. So you can be a transgender woman and still like.
Ultimately, speak. And Jay, I'm asking you this because I'm asking you from the point of view of a normal citizen. I mean, your answer is not wrong. But when you look at it as transgender, their ultimate purpose is to change their sex, correct? That's their purpose, to change their sex. But
yeah, because that's how they feel, or that's the way they feel. Their mind is leading them
exactly. But that change is only on the outside. It's not in the. It's not your molecular structure that's changing. That
True.
you were.
It's not the inside of you that's changing. I'm one of the people who personally believe that no matter how many pills you take, no matter how many hormone pills you take, no matter what they put you on, you still gonna have it in your system. Like you still like you're with it. Like you still gonna have it in your system. But at the end of the day, like just because that's why I say that's why I can't get off the case by case basis because
right.
At the end of the day, if you want to be a transgender woman and you decide to go play women's tennis, may God be with you.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
if you're a transgender, if you like transgender men, if you want to become a transgender man and want to put yourself in the trenches in football, by all means, go do it. I promise you, by all means, go do it.
Them trenches ain't nothing to play with. I'm telling you.
But I mean, hey, if that's the route you choose to take, you shouldn't be stopped. I feel like you shouldn't be stopped right. Unless case by case, like the transgender man trying to play football. I just feel like that needs to be no. Your body is definitely not meant to take that punishment.
Right.
everybody is definitely not meant to take that punishment that football brings. So like it's a certain stuff. That's why I say case by case basis, man, because we can't always be so up on the so on the transgender woman side when it's transgender men side. There's plenty of them out here who try to do the things men do, or be on the level that men are on. But it's just certain things that they just can't do because it's just like you want to be a transgender man, step in the MMA ring. Step in the MMA ring. Step in the ring with Kimbo Slice or somebody.
Not Kimbo.
Step in the ring with Rampage Jackson or somebody. Like you got to be able to do that. You got to be able to do that. If this is your decision, you got to be able to do that.
And if you're a man, go ahead and step in. Go ahead and step on the court with Vanessa or Serena. Go ahead and step on the court with them.
Right.
See if you can handle up.
Point of view, that works with everything though. Like that works with everything. Even with and I would say I'm a feminist, probably not to the extreme, but I would say I'm saying this to say that women, like, if we gonna be equal with everything with transgenders, women, like, y'all gotta be able to, hey, you gotta be able to do the same things too. Cause I mean, the world is moving. You can't be a woman and not wanting to do certain things. Although I mean, I ain't gonna say not wanting to do certain things, but although certain things is like meant for a dude to do, but if you want everything equal, like it's truly supposed.
Since you said that, I had to repost. I had to go ahead and bring up Dakota because I got to pick on her real quick. Dakota, it's all love. It's all love, but I got to pick on you real quick. That's it. That's that equality. That's that normality that we were talking about. Everybody, and honestly, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to make this all about one race, but goddamn it, ever since we started wanting to be treated right. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't been treated. We built this damn country, and we ain't been treated right. But all of a sudden, now everybody want to wait to damn 2021 to decide that they're gonna start.
But they've been fighting for this for a while, though, bro. I ain't gonna even lie. Like,
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that, but we built this motherfucking. We built this. Like, this is
America. This is America, though. This is America, though. You supposed to be. If you live in America, you supposed to be open and free to do whatever the fuck you want, because that's literally what America.
Are we? Hold on. Whoa. Are we?
That's the I say you're supposed to be able to. You're supposed to be able to, because I mean, it's just what it's just literally. Right. It's our slogan in America. You just supposed to be able to come in America and just
talking about land of the free and home of the brave, because I don't see no damn free shit, and ain't nobody goddamn brave around here.
Exactly, man.
Ain't nobody brave around here until it comes to speaking up on somebody.
Times are changing though, man. I just feel like I was saying, if transgender want equality and want it the same way, everything got to be equal, man. Everything got to be equal from women, not from the stuff that women not normally known for not doing, or stuff like changing tires and whatever the case, the small stuff, the big stuff, whatever the case may be. Like, everything needs to become equal. Like, if you want to be paid the same as the men, just like the Army. The Army just changed the PT test.
Yeah.
Women was held on a completely different standard that men was held on for the same exact job. The Army just changed the PT test, holding women to the same standard as men is being held. Men is being held to now. So that's all stuff like that. People never realized that. People never knew that the Army had a different standard for women, and the standard was actually quite drastic. Honestly, it was quite drastic because it's just how it is, man. It's just how it is. So I mean, if we getting paid the same, why we not taking the same? Why we not being held to the same standard on our PT test? I don't care. Right. I don't care what your body got going on. If we getting paid the same, you need to be able to do your test the same way I supposed to be able to do.
Look, Dakota coming for you, man. She just said
the PT test been the thing. I mean, I've been able to pass the PT test, and a lot of folks been able to pass the PT test, but at the same time, if things are gonna be completely equal, you gotta be able to do the same. You gotta be held to the same standards as I'm held to. If I'm getting paid like an E4, you need to be getting paid like an E4.
Okay, with that being said, with that being said, if they should be held to the same standard, how the hell? It's physicality. Like that's why they're on a different test. Well, that's why they were on that different test because of physicality. Like they knew. I mean, and I'm gonna go back to this right here. I don't want to use the word superior because like it's just a strong word.
That's everything. Like think about it. Even when you go to work, certain jobs. I know with my job, we not supposed to dress a certain way. But Lord forbid, a girl come in on her period or something, not feeling so good. I understand you want to make them comfortable, but at the same time, like okay, like you're not in dress code. You dressing comfortable because you on your period or you on your cycle, however you want to word it. Sure, you dressing comfortable because of that, but you did like this. You still out of dress code. It's something that simple. Like
So what you
it's on every level.
So what you're saying is by the year 2030, people are going to be protesting the law against age restrictions. I mean technically there aren't any age restrictions like really unless you're younger.
But there could be age restrictions for stuff though, because
but people gonna start testing that now because look at everything else.
But it's research out here that proves that your mind literally grows with time. Like I mean, sure, them not the exact words, but this is like.
I know those aren't the exact words. So back again to my previous question. All right.
True. True.
So how can you let a child make the decision that they want to be the opposite sex? Like it's too early for that.
But at that age, I don't think that's one of the things where your mind matures over time and you change over time. I think that's just one of the things that you just know.
It's not a choice. How? How is it not a choice to become to transition to the next? That is a choice.
I'm gonna tell you for her because she got on me a few times back. Like who want like when somebody
hold on. I know you finna go there. Hold on, Jay. I'm sorry. Being lesbian is a sexuality. I'm talking about being transgender. See that's the difference we have. Like the difference between transgender and sexuality. By no means am I saying that you can't. I mean, by no means am I saying that's a choice. But what I'm saying is to decide that you're going to transition over to the opposite sex at a young age. Like, I mean, for instance, honestly, and I'm just being honest with you, the Dwayne Wade situation, his child is too young for that. But I mean, at the end of the day, like that's just my opinion. But I think that when we're talking about sexuality and as well as your gender, changing your gender, I think we're talking about two different things here. By no means, though, Dakota, you're totally right. That's not. I mean, in my opinion, I don't feel like that is a choice. But to decide to change to the opposite sex, yeah, that's definitely a choice.
Yeah, that is a choice. Even if you feel like that's been you in your like that's been you in your whole life. It's still a choice to just go ahead and do it. And at a young age, it is kind of like whoa, like this, how you know for sure. You hell in 5 years from now, when your mind mature a little bit, you might decide that hell this might. I mean, but I guess at that point you can't do nothing but label it as a learning experience.
But I mean, yeah, you can label it as a learning experience. But I mean, as a parent though, that's what I'm saying. Like as a parent, can you just I'm not telling you to dictate that child's life. I'm not telling you to tell them what they feel is wrong. But what I'm telling you is give them a logical explanation about this. Like the decision that you're making right now in this world that we live in, you can't get rid of shit on Facebook. You can't get rid of nothing on social media.
But at that point though, let's just be honest.
Sorry. No, you just did that. I'm sorry.
So at that point though, you really can't even like at a certain point you can't go back. You see what I'm saying? So you like even though you've made this transition, at the end of the day, like even if you've transitioned and you still like women, like it's kind of like you really can't go back because like you're pretty much stuck there.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
I see what you're saying. Where you're saying like it be on social media and it travels with you. Because once you make the transition, it's pretty much stuck with you. And let's be honest, this day and age we live in, it's gonna be hard as fuck for you to really for you to start a family knowing it. Like it's gonna be hard as fuck for a woman knowing that. Like it ain't too. It might be some out here. I'm sure it's some out here, but it ain't too many women out here who would like openly accept being married with you, start a family with you, knowing
Right.
about your past simply because it comes up. It comes back up. That'll hurt your kids. That'll hurt your family. That'll hurt all that in the long run. But the thing with a lot of people, they don't take in consideration with I ain't say with a lot of people. You know, I've seen cases where men get older, and as they get older, they transition over.
Mhm.
So once they get older and get to that point, like during the time, like it depends on how you do it, when you do it, because
Right.
it's more than just you. So a lot of they got to do with it being selfish. So
I mean,
I mean,
and I mean,
selfish you are of a person, shall I say?
right. And I mean, to her point, to Dakota's last point that she made, to do it is a choice. And she when she means the to do it part, and Dakota, correct me if I'm wrong. I think you mean to make that transition. Before you make that transition, like you said, but it's not a choice to be born in that body that doesn't coincide with your brain. That's your sexuality. That's what that is. The part that I'm focused on is the transition part or whatever. And Jalen, you made a good point. I mean, I'm not saying that, and I don't know the statistics for it. You know what I'm saying? But either way it go, like I mean, to eliminate at some point in time, we got to eliminate ourselves from certain situations. And I think a way for us to eliminate ourselves from, and I say us as a whole, as people or as individuals, to eliminate ourselves from potentially being in bullying situations. I mean, let's. I'm not saying we're perfect. We're not gonna make the right decisions at all the time. But damn, the least we can do is think about some type of logic in the situation, and allowing your child at a young age to say, "Oh, I think I'm gonna go ahead and make that transition," and you agree with it. I think it's just too early. It's almost like a damn bad name that you got to stick with. You know what I'm saying?
That definitely is. That definitely is a thing. That definitely is a thing.
I mean, and don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, there are some unique names out here. You know what I'm saying? But just growing up as think about it. If you have a unique name and you grow up and you like, I don't really want this name. My mama gave me this name or something
Mm-hmm.
like that. That's a small decision, but that's a decision that your parent made for you. As a child. Look at it in that instance right there. I mean, that's just something you don't want to make that quick decision about. I don't think. I mean, that's just my opinion.
True, I agree. I agree with you. I agree with you. It's just one of them situations that it's gonna always be. It's gonna be always room for open dialogue on them
Oh
situations.
yeah, it's definitely always room for open dialogue. I mean, it's an interesting topic. I mean, and like we said, if you just join in or you watching in or however you doing it, you watching it later. I mean, like we said earlier, man, we have nothing against transgender. We're not transphobic. We're not homophobic by no means. But this is definitely stuff that needs to be talked about. This is stuff that
Yes,
conversations that people are having right now, and
stop
why
shying
not bring it to the
away from
forefront?
conversations.
You
We
said what
got.
now?
I said we got to stop shying away from the tough conversations.
We got to, man. We got to. We got to, man. So listen, man. I think it was a good show, man. I think
It's been a nice long
everything
show,
was there.
man. We had nice interaction, had nice fans come in. Hey, man, we got to keep this going. I'd like to see more people joining our show and interacting with us. Please, please, please start joining in and interacting with us. Please, we need it. We almost to 1,000 followers, man. Come on, help us build. You help us build, we helping you build, man. Like we can build together, baby. Help us.
Most definitely, man. We're only 400 followers away from building the Hear Me Out family to 1,000 followers. You hear me? 400, man. I know we can get 400 in the midst of this pandemic, in the midst of our reconstruction of the show. You know what I'm saying? We picked up almost 300 people. You know what I'm saying? So that's
I bet
that's
people would
huge
agree.
for us. Shout out to all our new followers that's just joining in. If you're seeing this now or if you're seeing it later, we want to thank you for liking the show. We want to thank you for participating in our post that we have on. Please continue to like, share, and comment this particular post, and as well as participate in any of our other posts that we make on Facebook.
So,
I
so
mean, this is a platform for you to come out and say what you feel, and not
I,
be judged by
know,
it. You know what I'm saying? Dakota felt she said what she had to say. Miss
that's what we
Robinson,
want.
Dr. Robinson said what she had to say in the previous, and many of our other people in our family came on from the Hear Me Out and actually came on and said what they had to say. So we please continue to share, like, and comment, react to this. Drop some likes in the comment. I don't care how many of them you drop. Continue to react to this. It helps us out in the long run, man. Jay,
Amen.
hey man, it's Friday, but what tips you got for him this week, man? This weekend?
Man, I don't even know what to say, man. It's been life been pretty decent lately, man. You know, although we all have them little moments where things just seem to just shake up for a moment. Life been pretty decent lately, so only thing I just gotta say is everybody, keep living, man. Keep living. I promise you, the older folks tell me that all the times, and I promise you, every day I see what they mean. Just keep on living.
Hey man, please keep living and take it full advantage of every opportunity you can, man. Just looking back over 2020, I mean, like, damn, man. Before 2020, man, you just kind of wish you would have took all the trips you said that you didn't take, or you just kind of put on the back burner,
Start
man.
taking them now. I bet
Yeah,
you.
like, man, you know,
I was just telling Dakota, man, we need to start traveling, man. We need
yeah,
to
man, it's definitely something. All that stuff. Let me just say it like this: all that stuff you've been put on the back burner, may it be, uh, getting getting in contact with somebody, getting back in school, starting your own business, saving money, you know what I'm saying, spending time with your loved ones, whatever it may be, you know what I'm saying. Like 2020 has definitely opened all of our eyes because in some type of capacity, the virus, COVID-19, has impacted
was
us, all of us in some
bad.
type of.
So it wasn't all bad. Let's be honest.
No,
COVID,
it wasn't all bad. I mean, there were some good moments, some very good moments.
it was a lot of good moments in COVID because I mean we all got to spend more needed time with our family. Everybody made some type of extra money somehow. Everybody discovered something that they good at. They
You
just
found something out about yourself, or even about your
it wasn't
spouse.
all bad. It wasn't all bad. We got plenty of me time during that time. So hey,
Whew,
we got
plenty, man.
video game time. Like COVID went all bad, bro. Like we really got to just everybody just got to be at home for a few months and just like completely fucking relax. And we don't get that often. So I hope everybody at least took advantage of that. Hey, you on mute. You on mute.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, bro. You're right. But like we said, continue to participate, interact with us, man. Continue to drop those likes and those shares. Continue to comment. Like, we're here for it, man. We love you all. And we hope to see more interaction amongst you all. That way, we can open the conversation. I mean, me and Jay views aren't always right, so hopefully, we can get some other views in. Again, thank you to our followers that joined us in these last few months. Thank you for the people that's been sharing our posts, reacting to our comments. I mean, yeah, to our comments and posts as well. I mean, it's all welcome. And it's only up for here, man. And thank you again for tuning in and for dropping your thoughts in the chat.
Y'all be easy on this nice old Friday night. Don't get in too much trouble out here in these trenches.
Hey man, go have fun, bro. Go just go have fun.